futures have been down this morning. You can see right there. This as President Trump keeps on talking about tariffs being imposed on April 2nd.
It's a liberation day for our country because we're going to be getting back a lot of the wealth that we so foolishly gave up to other countries. It's going to be reciprocal. In other words, whatever they're charging, we're charging. Very simple. If they're charging us, we're charging them. Then in addition to that, on autos, on steel, on aluminum, we're going to have some additional tariffs.
With us now is the mayor of Toronto, Mayor Olivia Chow. Mayor, thank you so much for being with us. President Trump has been talking about all kinds of tariffs. There are reciprocal tariffs, there are the tariffs on steel that are already in place. Then there were the steep tariffs on Canada that he put a pause on for a time, at least until April 2nd, we think. How satisfied are you with that pause?
Well, it's a liberation from affordable living because, hey, a tariff on steel and aluminum means your housing cost is going to be higher. It's going to cost more to build housing in America. Energy tariff make gas more expensive. And guess what? A tariff on produce, grains makes food more expensive. So higher costs for housing, gas, groceries. I don't think that's what American wants. They don't want a senseless, hurtful trade war to your closest allies. We are friends. We have an economic partnership that is the envy of the world. We bought like $500 billion worth of U.S. good every year. This is more than China, Japan, France, UK combined. So why do you want to hurt your biggest customers that are giving you all this money every year buying American goods? So right now, Toronto, the city, we've just like really upset. We're the fourth, we are the fourth largest city in North America. And we have $79 billion budget at City Hall here. It's about the size of Florida, and we're saying we will not allow any American companies to bid on our contracts anymore. That's worth about $1 billion over 10 years. So we're hurting each other. So I think just stop this nonsense.
So you're going forward with that Buy Canadian initiative, even though President Trump hit pause on the tariffs on Canada?
Well, he didn't, because he's gone ahead with the tariff on energy, tariff on steel and aluminum and lumber. He has gone ahead with a whole host of things. And when asked whether he's going to back down, he said, nope, we're going to go ahead on April 2nd. So who knows what he's doing? Look, my brother is an American since the 70s. He lives in Seattle. He was in New York before. And this trade war makes no sense. We are value friends. We are allies. Don't hurt us. There's no reason to.
So on Bloomberg over the weekend, Canadian businessman David Rosenberg said that, quote, Canadians are braced for very tough times ahead. How much pain, given everything that's happened and all the recriminations largely flowing one way from the United States to Canada, how much pain do you think now the Canadians are willing to endure?
My parents and all our ancestors chose Canada as our country. We will defend ourselves. We're a bit polite. We say sorry a lot. We say thank you a lot of times. We say, hey, but we have universal health care. We have good education. We have the most educated workforce in the world. And Toronto is the most diverse city in the world. We are unique this way. We are a global beacon of hope. People love to come to Toronto, and we're not going to give up our way of life. We take care of each other. We have each other's back. We prefer to share. We prefer to build each other up. rather than divide. We prefer to be empathetic and not hurt. We prefer that from being divisive and hateful. So all of these things make us Canadians, and we're not going to give it up. We are a quota country. We know how we're very resilient, we're very united, and we are strong.
Mayor Olivia Chow from Toronto, thanks so much for being with us this morning. Appreciate your time.
Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney is using his first foreign trip since taking office to strengthen ties with Europe amidst growing tensions with the Trump administration over their position, of course, on Ukraine and, importantly, of course, on tariffs and Canada's sovereignty. First stop was France to meet with President Emmanuel Macron, where Mr. Carney stressed Canada's need to work with, quote, reliable allies.
With you, Mr. President, I want to ensure that France and the whole of Europe works enthusiastically with Canada, the most European of non-European countries, determined like you to maintain the most positive possible relations with the United States.
Well, there are no plans yet for Canada's leader to visit Washington, and one Canadian international relations expert tells CNN that may be for the best because President Trump could use the encounter to belittle his guest. Well, closer to home, Carney's used his first days in charge to eliminate the country's unpopular carbon tax.